everybody, welcome to the Garage, the Court of Public Opinion. I'm Jeremy Cordeaux. Peter Clayton's behind the camera. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. How sweet it is. We've signed the Puk Puk. Did you notice? The Puk Puk. The Puk Puk has been signed with Papua New Guinea. Well, I think probably what we should do is just go over that when we get more details. Where I have no doubt we will find the devil. Dear. Thanks to Ozcast, by the way, who take this show around the world. It's Andy Martin's company. He also does the Friday show from the dining room table. He came in for the live streaming show last Friday, and he tells us that we've got 87,000 listeners here in Australia. Thank you, one and all. I seem to remember going back to 5DN days that we were sort of, you know, like number one with an audience of around 50,000. So I don't know how they measure things. Maybe they measure things differently these days. I don't know. We've lost a couple of great people here in South Australia, and Gary reminded me of that. Two wonderful personalities, good friends too, leaders in real estate, Anthony Toop and Michael Brock. Taken far too young. I'll miss you guys. Over the years, they made a fantastic contribution to this state. Vale to you both. I say that for Dame Jane Goodall as well. 91 years, good years, well lived, wonderful contribution. I had the privilege to talk to her several times over the years. Marvellous lady. Jane Goodall. Dame Jane Goodall. Now, coming up this week, today, dear, oh dear, oh dear, that's the problem with anniversaries. Sometimes they throw up the saddest of events. Today, the 7th of October, the anniversary of the unprovoked attack on Israel by Hamas. I don't think you can deal with these people, but I guess we've got to try. But what comes out of this peace initiative will be interesting to see. I hope something that stops the pain and suffering, because it is not the hierarchy or in their hotels in other parts of the world. No, they don't suffer. It's the people in the street, in the cellars, and of course the hostages in the tunnels. Anyway, we're edging close to some sort of clarification. Scrimpflation. I don't know if you've heard of Scrimpflation. I hadn't heard of it. Scrimpflation. We all know about inflation and shrinkflation. Inflation eats away at the value of your money. Shrinkflation is where you get less quantity for your money. Now, scrimpflation is where you get less quality for your money. They will never run out of ways to shortchange us, will they? I'd be surprised if this sort of thing is widely known, because you wouldn't check on it, would you? You'd pick up the packet and you'd think, well, you know, maybe it tastes a bit different. I don't know. Should we accept this? I don't know. According to Monash University, 1 in 4 shoppers believe that it's perfectly okay to steal from supermarkets. Well, tell you what, what goes around comes around. Ramping continues, and patients are now being put up, they tell me, in high-priced hotels. Luxury hotels. Nice for everyone except the taxpayer. And when questioned about it, they say straight-faced, there's nowhere else to put them. What a shocking admission of total failure. Chris Picton, the minister. What is it? Is it a factional thing? Why is he still there? And what's going on here? a cross-party committee recommended years ago that the government, the federal government, ban not online gambling, but just ban the advertising of online gambling. That's all, among 31 other recommendations, but that was the primary one. And all of this time, nothing. Look, the government is conflicted, confused and compromised. And did I mention heavily lobbied? And not just by the gambling industry, the mainstream media are in there, crying poor. You can't take this revenue away from us now. This is terrible, you know. This is the worst possible time to inflict this upon us. Well, I'm sorry. Government's first responsibility is to us, we the people. And speaking of government, Andrew Hastie has gone to the back bench. It's hard to keep track of the movements of some of these people across the room. But sadly, he is the man that they need on the front bench. Why? Well, I think the front bench, or Parliament generally, should be about talent and integrity. Susan Lee seems like a nice lady. How do I put this? I just don't think she's foreman material. I don't. I don't know how to write the formula, but I know it when I see it. The Liberals, if they want relevance, resurgence, they have to look and sound the part. Face it. Be a genuine Conservative party, or piss off, or be pissed off. One Nation is fast becoming the Conservative alternative political party in this country. And by the way, on the Channel 7 news on Sunday night, there was the Liberal front bench seated right there. And good God, I said to myself, look at these people. The Liberal front bench, the front bench of the Liberal Party, sitting in front of 3 flags. I couldn't believe it. Stupid. Is that Liberal policy? They must be mad. Can't you idiots read the room? Let alone talk to your supporters? Lake Eyre. They even have a yacht club on Lake Eyre, believe it or not. I've never been to Lake Eyre, but I believe it's quite something, particularly in the wet season. Right there in the middle of nowhere. It's unbelievable. And as I say, particularly in the wet season. The annual regatta has taken place. First time in several years. It's been a good year, lots of water. This time-honoured event has been now banned by the Aboriginals. Why? Does anyone ask them? Why? How do you ban a flood or a bit of recreation? Well, you just take over because you are given priority over every other Australian, I suppose. That's how they would see it. A lake and people entertaining themselves, having a bit of fun, enjoying themselves, banned. And no one stops them. No one stops the Aboriginals. No one stands up and says, one country, please. No one is above another. Surely we don't have Aboriginals who say differently to that? Why have we allowed this nonsense to continue, to expand? The opposition should be all over this crap, but it's not. The Bedford Industries scandal here in Adelaide. You mightn't know about it in other parts of the world. This is a sheltered workshop, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that in this day and age it's politically correct to describe them as a sheltered workshop. I think they would say it's a disability outlet. Something, I don't know. No, it's not. It's a disability workshop. I don't know, really, that the words matter a great deal. It's a good place. Has been for a long time. But to me, it's a place where disabled people have a salary. And most importantly, the dignity of work. No problem with the description. Don't worry about the description. It's the function that's important. It's the outcome that's important. The SA government has given $15 million and just announced that the Commonwealth, that is the taxpayer, has given another $4.5 million to make the sale of this, not the function, but the sale of this business more viable. I don't know what that means, more viable. Is that paying off debt? Or is it that we just don't have a journalist who's going to stand up and ask the questions? We had Mark Butler delivering what he thought were the answers, or what he thought we should expect as the answers. Mark Butler, the health minister, said publicly on Friday, speaking for the government, he said, I quote, "I gather that it's a good, viable business." You, sir, gather it's a good, viable business? If you're giving them millions of taxpayer dollars, you should know. He says the problem is with the management. Bad management. He called it. He said bad management. Its main financial supporter has been the taxpayer, the Commonwealth government. Can somebody tell me what the guardrails are when we give taxpayer money to badly managed companies, organisations? What are the checks and balances? They may mean well. When did this government discover that Bedford Industries was badly managed? Should it not have known earlier? Did they discover when it went broke? Don't we have any requirements when we give public money that we can check and see how well managed the company is? Actually, if it's been badly managed and the money has been wasted, lost, stolen, for how long has it been lost and stolen? It's an old organisation. How much money? Commonwealth taxpayers' money has been lost and stolen, misappropriated. These are the questions, but there doesn't seem to be anyone out there in journalism land who asks them. If you think I sound angry, you're right. I am angry. It is inexcusable. The minister stands up there and says nothing wrong with the business, just badly managed. Here's another $4.5 million. Have I got time for one more? Maybe one more? I want to talk to you about these ISIS brides. They could be ISIS terrorist brides, for all I know. For all anybody knows. They have been returned to Australia from the Middle East, quietly. I'm not exactly how many children, for sure, I think 15. We are assured that the government has done ample security checks, and security is not a problem. Well, I'm not convinced. I really am not convinced. I don't think the government could really run a chook raffle. These women with their hijabs and niqabs look to me like they have not left the past behind. I'm sorry, they look to me like extremists. Do they behave like extremists? Well, we don't know yet. I don't know. Do you? Most importantly, we all have to care. Does this politically correct Labour government know or care? They say they are different. Now, the brides, they've left their murderous ISIS days behind them. How do we know? Does the government take responsibility If they're wrong, you can want to leave your past behind, and I think considering the past, it's only reasonable that they do want to leave it behind. But what are they coming to today here in this country? And I would imagine, while I would suspect they don't have a right, I would imagine they'll all be on welfare and probably for life. What contribution do we expect them to make to this country? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, but sometimes I despair. We're here with the best wishes of the rising sun. They're at 60 Bridge Street at Kensington. Their telephone number, if you would like to ring and make a booking, it's always a good idea. They're open every day of the week, but it's not every lunch and it's not every dinner. So it pays to ring Grant or Jackie and just check that they're open. But they'll really look after you. The Rising Sun Inn, regularly chosen as the best pub or inn in South Australia, and Elder Fine Art Gallery in Melbourne Street, North Adelaide, with their last big auction. They're going to give it everything they've got for the end of the year. I'm not exactly sure when it's going to be, but it'll be heading up towards Christmas. But Jim and Helen are out there looking for notable paintings for that last big auction of the year, which goes all over the world, which if you're looking to sell a painting, you can be assured you will get the best global price for it. Talk to them. Elder Fine Art on 8267-2869. That's all you've got to do. Coming up on Thursday, if I've got a second, John Overton will be on the show. Gary will be there. Tony will be there. Caroline will be there.
Not Thursday.
No, the Friday live show. Yeah. Professor Plimer will be there. The South Australian Aviation Museum, and apparently a big chunk of the acting business is going to be killed off. We'll tell you about it. They're hopping mad about it. I can understand that. Somebody pulls the employment rug out from underneath you, you get angry. Thank you very much for being with us on the Court of Public Opinion. Our dates? Yes. We should do that, shouldn't we? Happy birthday if you're having a birthday. Happy wedding anniversary. Why did I forget that? It's old age is what it is. October 7, 1806 on this day. Carbon paper patented in London by Ralph Wedgwood. Carbon paper, 1806. Importantly, the date I gave you earlier, which is the invasion of Israel by Hamas, 2023. Vladimir Putin, Russian politician, born in Leningrad, Soviet Union, 1952. How old does that make him?
73.
73. Wow, okay. The uprising at Auschwitz concentration camp, 1944. Arnold Schwarzenegger becomes governor of California, 2003. Clarence Birdseye, American inventor and founder of the modern frozen food industry, dies of a heart attack at just 69 years old. 1956 was the year. Clive James, he was a wonderful, frequent guest on my radio shows down through the years. Great raconteur and character. Clive James, television presenter, poet, writer, born in Cogra. He died in 2019. He was born this day in 1939. Rupert Murdoch launches Fox News in 1996. Other way around. 1990s. See, I am dyslexic. I do see it the other way around. 1996, Rupert Murdoch. The term orienteering becomes first used as an event in the year 2000, and I still don't know what it means. Orienteering.
Climbing mountains and things, isn't it?
Climbing, well, but you know.
Using a compass and a map.
Using a compass and a map, you say?
Norwegians do it.
Oh, all right, Saxon, all right. Okay. June Allison, American stage and screen actress, 1917, born in the Bronx. Pillow Talk, directed by Michael Gordon, starring Doris Day and Rock Hudson. First released on this day in 1959. The US decides that John Lennon won't be deported from America to the UK for pot conviction, 1975. And I think we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for being with us, ladies and gentlemen. I'll look forward to talking to you again on Facebook on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock. That's when we post the posting. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Pete?
That'll do.
Posting? Okay, so the posting goes on at 9 o'clock and I will be there for you. Then on Friday, around the dining room table, live streaming, jeremycordeaux.com, 9 to 12. Thank you so much. Believe in yourself and goodbye for now.